Good morning from Luxembourg, one of the smallest countries in the world, where they speak 3 languages. The main language is Luxembourgish, but they also speak German and French. Not that it would matter, because most likely you don't speak any of them, and I don't either, so the language barrier will still be there. But I just thought it was a good fun fact about the place. I didn't have much interactions with people here because I don't think I'm going to stay here for a while, and I don't need to do anything here, to be fair, just apart from going to 2 places before I head off to Germany, to the Black Forest. So the first stop would be somewhere called Parc de Mel. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the pronunciation, but it's just a small park that was highly reviewed by people. And then there is another place I'm going to, which was, I've saved it yesterday because I mean it was tough to find anywhere to go to, actually, because there wasn't much. Where was it? So this one, yeah, William Square, but that was it. So I'm just arriving to the park now. One thing I've noticed here is that the country is not busy at all. And I checked it online, and apparently they have a population of 600,000 people in Luxembourg. But to put that in perspective, basically the density here is half of the population density in the UK. So probably this is why it feels less crowded. Okay, so I'm heading now to the William Square. However, on the way there is actually a bridge called Adolphe Bridge that was built in early 1900s, 1900 to 1903. It was named after the ruler of Luxembourg at the time, Grand Duke Adolphe. It offers a view of the old city and the new city, and apparently they have made some sort of like a suspended glass pedestrian and cycle path under the main roadway. So I think it'll be quite interesting to go to, so I'll stop there first, and then on the way of going to the square, so I'll stop there. So I'm heading to the bridge that I mentioned just earlier, and I'll be there in about 10 minutes. I have to keep track of time just because I need to be setting off at 10:30 at max, so that I arrive into the Black Forest by mid-afternoon, so I have a few hours to explore there. I don't want to be a bit behind on schedule. I'm sure that will be manageable. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can find a spot where I can just stand and take a photo of the whole bridge. Certainly I can't do it from here, so I might have to just walk further down and see where that path takes me. But yeah, that's the bridge here. Okay, so I had to walk down. I'm not sure if this is allowed or not, but it was this tiny bridge here. I thought I would get a good view of the bigger bridge from there, but I didn't. So I saw this place, so what I will do is I'll try to... So it's not a nice view here either, it's not a complete view. I'll try to jump this sort of tiny river, and I'll see if I can get a better view on the other side. I need to jump. Yeah, so I'm on the other side now. Yeah, it's a shame because I saw some photos on Google Images that were of the complete view of the river, but I'm not the bridge. But I'm not quite sure where they got it from, like which side, where did they stand, and where did they stop to take the photo. But yeah, I guess we'll not have a perfect view of the bridge, but I think this is the best it could get to. Okay, so I'm heading now to the bridge, so I'll be walking along that path that was recommended by ChatGPT to go through. So this part, I think this part of the bridge is newly made, but the rest of the bridge was made in the 1900s. So we'll just keep walking and see. So I'm pretty sure in the description it said the bridge is made of glass, but I didn't see any part that was glass. Or maybe it's the top one. Okay, so I'll find out and see if it's actually the top part that's actually glass. So we're heading to the top part of that bridge, which hopefully will give me a better view of the city. I'll record some videos now for the Instagram, and then I'll keep walking to the bridge. So I'm walking along the bridge looking for any glass made substances. I don't know if I got that information wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said there's a part of the bridge that was made of glass, and you kind of, what I was expecting is it would be just glass and I would look down and it would be just the ground. This is what I expected, but I can't find anything of that sort here. There are some shattered pieces of glass here, but I don't think they refer to these. So at both ends of the bridge have this oval-shaped sort of glass where you can see what's underneath, which is the lower level of the bridge for pedestrians and cycles. I don't know if this is what they meant, and if it is, then that's a bit of a shame, because the expectations were slightly higher. So not far from the bridge, I found this nice viewpoint where again you have a view of the city, but also a nice view of the bridge, the walk under the bridge. So I just came across this monument with lots of people gathering around it, so it must be something interesting. But there's no sort of like English explanation about what this place is, and I tried to kind of listen to what they were saying because they've got a tourist guide, but she's Spanish, so that's the cathedral. Different style to the ones I've seen in Belgium. That's the cathedral. Quite massive. So we are getting closer to the square, so it's just after these stairs, and I'm starting to panic now because my phone battery is about to die, and if it does before I get back to the car, I think I might be lost, because I can vaguely remember where the car was, but I definitely need the phone to get back to the car. I think I wouldn't trust my memory. Yeah, I wouldn't trust my memory to find my way back. So hopefully there'll be some charge left for that purpose. So that's a square. A few shop stalls, and there's that clock there. It's 13 degrees now, it says. Feels a bit warmer. Some seafood there. Flower market. that monument there. Hopefully there would be some description in English so you can understand what's happening. Oh, they've got some crepe and cafe. I might just have some of that before I leave. So that's the monument. It's quite loud here. Have a quick read about it because I might find something useful. So it's the 13th century public square named after King William II, hosting outdoor markets and open air events. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is the heart of the city. So that was the square, the last spot in Luxembourg. I'll head back to the car and get some coffee and some crepe on the way. But yeah, Luxembourg was definitely worth coming to. So a bit of a shame, I couldn't get the coffee and the crepe because he only accepts cash. And I normally wouldn't bring cash with me, but I had some cash, but I left it in the car. Yeah, so no crepe or coffee for me, at least for now. Yeah, I normally just carry my phone, and I don't even carry my card with me, just everything is on the phone. And most of the places, they would accept that, but you get these rare places that say only cash, and that was one of them. So yeah, definitely worth having some cash with you. Something that I never learn, even after travelling to so many places. Yeah, you need to always have some cash. The walk back to the car is about 35 minutes, so I will be slightly late, but it shouldn't be a big problem. So I decided that in order to kind of save time, it might be a good idea to just run, which is something I do sometimes because it sort of saves me time, and also that would be a little bit of an exercise for the day. So I think it's about 2 miles, so be a good exercise for today. So it was a good idea that I ran because that saved me quite a bit of time, and also it added to the exercise I had today, which was basically running in the morning and also running at the moment. So what I will do now, I was thinking about basically moving all the stuff from the back to the front so I can drive with the roof down like I did yesterday, because it's nice and sunny outside. So because it would be nice to drive that way, but actually driving that way can be a bit too much, because it can get really hot at certain point. Usually 1.5 to 2 hours of driving with the roof down is okay, but more than that it gets really hot. So I'd have to bear that in mind, that I would probably need to put the roof back up at some point, but I have to move lots of things now to the front. Yep, and then the next stop would be the Black Forest, which is around, I think it's about 4 hours from here. Oh, actually it's closer, but that's with the tolls, and I'm not sure what that would involve. If I choose to avoid tolls, that would be, yeah, that would be about 4 hours. Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, actually it's not a big difference between tolls and no tolls, even with the distance, so I'd probably just avoid the toll. Alright, roof down, windshield is fresh, navigation is set to the Black Forest. It says it's going to be 3.5 hours of drive, 330 kilometers, and I'll get there at 2:37 p.m. without any stops. I'm planning to stop somewhere if I find like a nice spot to sit and drink some tea and like enjoy the view. I will do that. Right here, so I've got 270 kilometers more to go. We've done quite a bit, so that is
exit to the right to A8 to Karlsruhe, Mannheim.
Cool, we'll do that. So yeah, so just a few 2 hours and 49 minutes left, provided that I don't make any stops, which is not likely because I'm gonna probably stop somewhere if I find somewhere appropriate to stop, because I need to have some food as well. So the Autobahn is not like the entire road is unlimited, so you end up having some sections where you have to drive at a lesser speed. So we are at the section now that says 100 miles an hour, sorry, 100 kilometers an hour. There are sections that are 120. So yeah, it's not the entire thing is under. So I don't know how I feel about the Autobahn. I mean, I've got mixed feelings. It is definitely an experience I always wanted to have, but you just need to have very, very high skilled drivers to make it safe. And I know that German drivers are quite good. However, I did see some people here, they would just be driving at 120 on the overtaking lane, despite them having empty space on the neighbouring lanes. Which is not... Sorry, the battery died as I was speaking. But yeah, I was saying that it's extremely difficult to kind of slow down from a very high speed to even like to a speed of 120. It's extremely hard, and I did experience that now, but thankfully I managed to do that safely. But yeah, I mean, you need to have people that understand some courtesy when driving to make it safe. That was fun. Yeah, I washed my windshield before I started driving, but I think you can see the aftermath of the Autobahn. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. So I'm driving in smaller roads now in Germany, which is a lot quieter and calmer than what I've been through just earlier, which has its own beauty. still have got 162 kilometers left to get to the Black Forest, and that would be about 1 hour and 46 minutes. So finally found a car park, actually not far from when I mentioned about not having any parking spaces, and that's very nice. It's got a bench as well, so I could just sit there and sorry, I'm just eating M&Ms, so I can just stop here and have some actual food, and maybe I'll fly the drone here if allowed. I can see some people like doing go-karting there. Don't know if you can see them on the camera, but yeah, this is the plan. So I've decided to make some coffee. Now the thermos has kept the water hot, and it is still hot, but I'd like it to be hotter to have a proper Arabic coffee. So thankfully I've got the camping stove with me, and I could use that to heat up the water and boil the coffee. I was really unsure about whether these camping stoves would be allowed on the ferry. However, after checking, it was actually okay to have them. I think they allow up to 4 cans of butane over the ferry, but I mean they didn't even ask, to be fair. So I turned off the fire because it was boiling quite a lot, so I need to refine the degree of the flame. So I finished making the coffee. I'm just repacking now, and I need to prepare some sandwiches for the road. I'm not going to sit here and drink and eat because I think it might rain soon, so I'll just make some sandwiches and I will start driving after that. There we go, so this is done. I'll make the sandwiches now, and that'll be it. And then we've got almost 2 hours to continue driving, which will be interesting. I'm not sure if I'll face the Autobahn anymore, but I think I'll just take it easy now, because the whole point is just to try it out. Hopefully there's no traffic on the way and everything goes smoothly. That was a nice break, I think. It was a very nice break. Managed to, I had some snacks, like, but not like a proper food. I wouldn't call this a proper food either, to be fair. But yeah, at least I've got some sandwiches now to get me going. And yeah, when I get closer to the Black Forest, I'll start recording again. Okay, so apparently it was quite difficult to get into the Black Forest. I mean, it wasn't difficult, but like I was told by some people living nearby that there's no point in sort of like getting into the Black Forest, because it's just all like trees and nothing much to do. So they suggested that it might be better if I go to a nearby village, and when going there I could sort of like have some nice walks in these places. And they also recommended that there are certain sort of like waterfalls nearby, and they advised that I could go there and check them out. Now what I thought it would be better is to basically fly my drone, which I'm doing right now, and just exploring the Black Forest from the top and that way, which is what I'm doing. And there's also like a nearby village here. I have to check the map actually, and see what it kind of like, what village is that. So, because I'm pretty sure, oh no, actually this is probably the Black Forest, this village I'm looking at now. It is actually the Black Forest. Yeah, this is the village itself, or town, if you can say. So I'm just gonna go slightly closer to the village, just to have a look from above. Nice houses. I'm inside my car now, so I'm just, because I wanted to avoid the noises. Now what I'm getting here is, it's telling me that I've got poor signal, so I'll try to kind of get closer. Oh yeah, there we go. Probably it's because the door was closed, so I've lost sort of signal for a bit. Now this is my third drone. I've lost my first one when I was in Portugal, because I was actually like at a cliff near the Pacific Ocean. Sorry, not the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, sorry. And I said, what I will do is, because it was a nice sort of sunset view, I said I will fly my drone over that place near the cliff, and that will be a nice view. And then it was quite windy, so what happened is, as soon as I kind of like, as soon as I flew, a gush of wind just came and knocked the drone down to the Atlantic Ocean, and I've basically lost it that way. And then there was this guy who was, I think he was American, he's a tourist, and he was behind me, and he was like, is it gone? I was like, what do you think? Of course it's gone. And he was like, are you going to get it? I was like, are you joking? Or but yeah, so that was the first one. And the second one was lost in Georgia, on a hike, and then it was stuck in bushes, trees, and then tried to get it back, but did another hike, but it was just too dangerous at some point to continue, so we just left that. DJI was kind enough though to offer replacements for cheaper, so that was nice. So what I will do now, I'll try to get a little bit more view of the Black Forest. So I'll try to go a bit higher to do that. Yeah, so this is what I can see, but the problem is, so you see this at the center, so I think this is where people start doing their path for their walk, so just over here, and they follow that path, and then that would basically take them up north. And actually, because I checked it, and it takes you to a northern city, what was it called? It takes you to, because I checked it on ChatGPT, so it takes you up to so one of the most sort of this one, Westweg path, which stretches from right here at the bottom. See that house just right next to it? That's the path, and it goes up to a city called, where is it? Basel, I think it's called. I think that's the pronunciation of this city. Anyways, it was a city that is probably oh gosh, so it is a very, very long walk. So it's about 100, no, not 100 kilometers, probably like 60 kilometers. So that path is quite long, but definitely I'm not doing it. So yeah, I'll just go and explore a little bit at the center of this city. Not sure if it's a city or a village, but it looks too small to be a city, to be fair. This is the train track at the bottom. Yeah, I keep losing signal as soon as I go into the center. I suspect this is probably because I'm inside the car. So if I leave the car, probably I'm gonna get something a bit better. Yeah, I mean the problem is still, it is still ongoing, that issue. So what I'll do is, yeah, I'm still struggling with the signal. So what I will try to do now is, just because I haven't got much charge left, I would need to get it back to me and get the drone back, because I'm not keen on losing this drone, especially that I replaced it just a few days ago. So yeah, I'll try to be a bit safe. I need to move around because I haven't got good signal, and the drone is struggling to come back. Now it's about 600 meters away, so be a bit of a distance for it to get back. So it's heading back now. This is a nice feature that the drone has. It just, if you get lost and you can't find the drone, you just sort of just press return to home and it will come back. Usually once it finds you, it takes forever to come down, so you can just cancel this ability of the drone to come back, and you can, because you would be able to spot it and you just start landing it yourself, because that would be a bit quicker. Yeah, it's definitely nice to sort of have drones, because you kind of have a different perspective of the surroundings that way. So you can see these sort of green trees and all of that. This is basically the Black Forest. It's just I've seen some videos of it, but it's doesn't have much, to be fair. So I can see the drone, and it's surrounded by lots of birds. Hopefully no bird knocks it, because some of the birds are quite massive. So we're just landing now. So I'm driving into the Black Forest. So what you see here on the sites is part of the Black Forest, and because the Airbnb that I'm staying at is a bit further down into the Black Forest, it's quite a big forest, to be fair. So yeah, there's a nice view there of the valley, but I need to find a place where I can just stop, and there's one here, and there we go. So we'll just stop here. I'll try to charge my camera as well, so that I can record videos of that one, but I'll take some videos of the valley here. So here's a nice view of the valley I was talking about. It's a nice scenery there. I think the one that I passed was slightly better, but I think this is good enough actually. Probably this is a hotel there, but I don't think they would mind me just stopping here for a bit. Just to have a closer look of the houses down there. It's very nice and peaceful. Just have a closer look at the houses there. Very nice. That's a nice town. Is that the name of the town? Gasthof. Yeah, probably, because most of the places here is called Gasthof. Very nice little. Nice houses. So this is like a short preview of the city or village or town. I'm not entirely sure what this is. To be fair, it's just a large area of houses, but it's just a little preview from the ground. After I flew my drone over the area, you can see how massive it is actually from the top. But yeah, I'm just walking now to have some food. There's just a nice little restaurant about 10 minutes away from the Airbnb walking. So I'll try and go there, have some food, and then go back to the Airbnb, try and do some editing, as I said before. I know I said that would have been my last video for the day, but I just saw that this is like a nice place, and I just wanted to show that to you. Yeah, so it's quite nice, very quiet, very clean air, and I think this might be the church where, because I kept hearing like the bells every 15 or 30 minutes, so I think this is the church where that sound was coming from. Alright, I'll keep walking. If the food was nice and looked nice, I'll make sure that I share that with you, but if it wasn't, I'll just eat it, and because I'm starving and I just need to eat anything, and then I'll go back home and get to work. Alright, see you later. So I've just been to the restaurant that I think it's the only restaurant in town, and it was closed, even though on Google Maps it says it's open till 11 PM. So the owner was basically the owner of the restaurant lives next to the restaurant place, and he saw me waiting outside trying to call, and he came to me and he said they're closed today because his father passed away, so this is why it's a family-owned business. Yeah, so because it's a family-owned business, they felt like they had to kind of close today. But like, it was just such a nice person. So he basically called the nearest restaurant in another town and reserved me a table because they only speak German. So he speaks English, so he reserved a table for me, and he kind of told me about the options I have in the next towns, and I chose to go to the pizza place, and he called them and he said that somebody's going to come in about 10 minutes to sort of reserve me a table. It's I think to get to that town is about 9 minutes drive, so hopefully I'll get there and have something to eat because I'm starving. But it was quite sad to know about him. He's a very nice man. So I'm just at this Italian restaurant called Gaslos Schwanen, I think. It's a very nice place, nice atmosphere. I think they've got many Italian food. I might just stick with something like a pizza. They've got clean pizza, so I'll have one of these and I'll record a video once it arrives. Looks very delicious. So yeah, this is my workstation behind, but this looks really nice.